let's get to the news of the day. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, and again, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. $1 a month gets you extra shows every week. And reminding everyone on Patreon right now, and even not Patreon members, you can still go and do this. Go to the championship rounds, topics and questions post. Drop a question, drop a topic, so we can do a show. So I want 10 topics or questions on that post, and then we can do a show. But moving on, let's get to the news of the day. Richard Commey, breaking via Dan Rayfield. Richard Commey and Teofimo Lopez being planned for the top rank on ESPN, not ESPN Plus. I like that. Card on December 14th at MSG in New York. Multiple sources with knowledge of the plans told ESPN the fight, which has not been finalized, would take place on the card that likely will be headlined by world titleist Terence Crawford's mandatory defense against Aegis Kavalauskas. It would air on ESPN immediately following the network Heisman Trophy presentation showing taking place a few blocks away in Manhattan. Obviously, a great lead into that card. I'm excited. Plus, Michael Collin, per Dan Rayfield, I think from an earlier report, like a couple days ago, I want to say, stated that was going to be on this card as well. Obviously, has fought in New York several times.
Very quickly on that, I just saw it because Michael Benson put it out, so I haven't got it's according to ESPN, but Michael Conlan is reportedly planning to move down to super bantamweight and may fight Isaac Dogboe or Genesis Savannah in his next bout.
I would like to see that.
Neho.
I would like to see a Neho versus Conlan fight. Give me that, please. But overall, this card is looking fun. Mm-hmm. I don't like the main event that much because Kavalauskas just had a draw with Sugar Ray Robinson, and let's be honest.
Whoa, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Well, his nickname is Sugar too, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I think his nickname is Sugar.
You can't.
I want to say that he does. Yeah, I could be wrong about that, but I want to say his nickname is Sugar.
But
I think he spelled it differently.
What?
Like left out the R.
Sugar with an A.
No, you just leave out the R. Anyways, moving on. I like that main event doesn't do anything for me, but you add Richard Commey, Teofimo Lopez, which is a great fight. The potential of Conlan versus Dogboe on it. Yes, take my money, even though it's ESPN. Like, you don't really need to take my money for it. It's not ESPN Plus, it's regular ESPN. And again, like I just like the idea of putting a stat card with a great lead-in on ESPN.
Well, maybe all the undercards will be on Plus. Because isn't there something trophy being presented? Is that on ESPN as well?
Okay, I feel like you didn't hear anything I've said in this entire segment. The Heisman Trophy show is the lead-in.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Yes, that comes into it. But what is the overlap? Is the undercard already started? Is it going to? Is that going to be on ESPN?
Well, of course, part of the undercards on ESPN Plus, of course. Just like part of PBC undercards will be FS1 or FS2, respective to Fox. Right? Like, you understand that?
Yeah. So if you want to watch the whole card, you are going to have an ESPN Plus subscription. And then flick it up.
Let's be honest. Most people don't watch the whole card, so that doesn't matter. If we're talking about the top two fights and maybe a third fight for a triple header on ESPN, yeah, I mean that's all that people care about, and that's important. Okay. I just don't understand what your point was. Moving on, unless you have any points to make about Teofimo Lopez for Commey, because
well, it's. Hopefully that means Teofimo sorted out the family issues, and is saying this is being targeted for. Does that mean it's happening? I don't know. I really hope so. Let's get this fight. But yeah, and like you say, I don't know what they're going to do with Crawford to make us be actually excited to watch a Crawford fight. I don't know who that guy is that's in the blue corner or whatever. You know what I mean?
They should have just made the Kell Brook fight, honestly.
Would you be that excited for that?
I'd be more excited. Yeah, I'll be honest.
More excited as in vaguely happy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Levels.
They define vaguely happy, because that's a really vague term.
Not miserable?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's acceptable, I would say. Kavalauskas has done nothing. Like, he's another mandatory that should not be a mandatory. Like, how has he gotten this position? And how does he still have this position after a draw? How? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole sanctioning bodies shit, right?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Why is
It's all
Derevchenko
bullshit.
about to make another bag?
And honestly, like, we have Luis Collazo fighting around this time of the year as well. Why isn't a Luis Collazo pulled back into a Terence Crawford negotiation?
I don't know. But speaking of this date, this is also going up against probably Julian Williams and Hurd rematch, right?
Yes. So if this all goes to plan, and also the Hurd Williams card goes to plan, December 14th we'll have two cards in the tri-state area, one in Barclays Center, one in MSG at the same time, and obviously one ESPN top rank card, one Fox and PPC card. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Ratings war. Here we go.
Channel hopping.
I want smoke.
Imagine.
Who wins?
Oh.
Who gets the better rating? Because traditionally speaking, if this wasn't Crawford and also didn't have the lead in, I would say, come on, Fox has the bigger subscriber base. It would be Fox hands down. However, you have Crawford, who traditionally speaking is a fantastic TV draw. Secondly, you have a fantastic, or as you like to say, Rob, to quote the great Eddie Izzard, an awesome lead-in in the Heisman Trophy show. And I'll be honest here, this would be a great sort of mini, I don't know, experiment on what platform is better. What platform is better for promoting your brand and getting more eyes on it? Is it the Fox machine and the PBC machine, or is it the ESPN top rank machine? And these,
ESPN is maybe a better machine, but PBC have got a bigger army.
That's a bar.
I don't know about that. I don't know what I will follow that up with, but no, I don't know. I think the PBC army will rally and do everything in their power to win that war. But I think
sorry, quickly. Arthur's saying we don't know the full PPC card yet. I'll be honest, it doesn't matter. Like, Hurd Williams by itself is the best fight on that weekend. It's better than Richard Commey, Teofimo Lopez. It's better than Crawford, Kavaliauskas. It's better than those fights. Am I wrong on that? I feel like that's not a hot take.
Commey Lopez, low key could be.
It might have more eyeballs on it because Lopez, honestly speaking.
No, I just mean fire. Like, it could be an absolute great fight.
Yeah, but I mean, Hurd Williams was a fantastic fight.
Yeah, all right.
That was fight of the year, arguably.
I don't think you. Yeah, all right. But I'm just saying. I think Commey Lopez could be equally.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just making the argument, just counter arguing here.
My counter argument was you were like,
to
be honest, this is easily the better fight.
So your bar was kind of like sitting on the fence there. So are you saying that PBC will do more views than the ESPN card?
I don't know, because like you say, I think ESPN are a better
machine.
Better machine at boxing. I think Fox is learning. I think they're doing good. Don't get me wrong. We're not hating in any way. I think they've done for big fights especially.
I will say this: the Fox pay-per-view machine is different than the Fox machine. You get what I'm saying? Well, like the level of marketing we see for Fox pay-per-views is drastically different than the marketing we see for just regular Fox main events.
But obviously Fox will have like NFL kind of building as well, like
that's true.
All through their NFL. But that is, I guess, in that.
So will ESPN though. So we're ESPN.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that Heisman thing's a big deal, right? For it to be mentioned.
Yeah,
so a lot of people will be watching that, right?
Traditionally speaking, they have done, if not the best ratings of the year, the second best ratings of the year on this card for Top Rank in the last couple years now. Right. I think Loma Rigondeaux, like 2 years back or 3 years back, was on this card after the Heisman show, and it did gangbuster numbers, right?
Yeah.
I want to say Crawford Benavidez, like that fight was also attached to the Heisman. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it was Crawford Horn, but that was ESPN Plus, so I don't know if we ever knew the numbers on that. I'm forgetting one of the Crawford fights was attached to it as well, and that did great numbers.
Yeah.
So
For me, I wouldn't say any of them are massively like stars in any way.
quickly,
So-
LDTB saying numbers don't lie. Fox killing ESPN. I mean, overall this year, absolutely. But I'm talking about individually these two cards. Who wins out of these two cards on the same day, same city? Who gets the better rating? Who gets the better attendance? I'm curious. You can't say it's going to be outright Hurd Williams. It could be because it's obviously the better fight, but Crawford is a massive TV draw, and the Heisman Trophy lead-in it's just too big to ignore.
Yeah, that's my fear. There's no agenda attached to my comment, although people
No, I'm not.
might
Yeah,
fit. But I just think ESPN have been doing this a lot longer, and Crawford does numbers, especially on the main ESPN, right? He's hit like what 2 million and stuff like that, 2.4 or
the Benavidez fight was 2.3 or 2.4 million views, and if it does that, it will beat Hurd Williams, guys. Like I just want to let you know, like there's no Fox card this year that has averaged out over 2 million views.
No, I mean I might be wrong on this, but didn't I read something like Jedi? What's it?
Jed Goodman. Yeah.
Wasn't the Fox numbers sort of only marginally sort of dropping? Then there was like another good one, and then dropping. I don't know.
But that could coincide with just like the summer months, which usually are kind of a downward trend for boxing in terms of numbers.
Oh yeah, quiet.
I think that's what coincide with it too. But anyway, speaking, I mean, these two events on the same day, it's gonna make our job very hard to decide what the hell we do in terms of live fight chats. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I probably maybe won't be able to either. So
yeah, you're gonna be asleep. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be me and Phil.
ITV might pick up. I don't know what's happening with that. We haven't had an ITV fight for a little while for a PBC card.
Igloo, longtime listener and supporter, saying, "What is the Hurd Williams lead in?" I don't know. I can try to look that up when we get to another topic if you guys want. But it's gonna take probably maybe some digging. Arthur Santrello did 2.4, though the main event did 2.4, not the telecast. Those are two very different things, guys. I'm talking about the telecast average. So the entire 3-hour block, what's the average viewership of that? Usually when I'm talking about numbers in terms of TV viewers, I only reference that number. Or at least I try to be consistent. If I can't find that number, then I will state this number is the main event average or the main event peak. But if I say telecast average, that means the entire telecast average. So when you're looking at, let's say, a Keith Idek article or a Jake Donovan article on Boxing Scene, those are usually the guys that do the numbers in terms of viewership, make sure you guys read what those numbers are. Just being very specific. Or when you're on Twitter and you see Brooklyn Boxing, or wherever that Yahoo is, that just posts random numbers and doesn't give you context to what those numbers are, then read an article and that tells you what it is, whether it's the telecast average or peak, whether it's the main event average or peak. Those are all very different things, guys. But moving on,